I'm speaking to you from here, the reception of the British National Party's latest plant to open. Right across the country, the British National Party now have opened four plants to deal with the incredible growth and transformation that's taken place in the last 12 months. Through the ordinary members' donations and generosity and kindness, this has been possible, and not a moment too soon. The British National Party is now mainstream and is growing so incredibly quickly. These plants are absolutely necessary to keep the party running and to cope with the growth. Now let's go and see what the ordinary membership has achieved through their generous gifts and donations.
Right, I'm here in the industrial unit where we've got all our leaflets delivered. What you can see behind me is only a small proportion of them. We've got 29 million leaflets in this place. The three key regions, that's the North West, the West Midlands and Eastern, have got an A4 leaflet which doubles as a window poster. The other regions in the country have got an A5. Still, nevertheless, a very effective, glossy, full colour leaflet. It's a huge operation here. The leaflets had to be broken down into bundles of 100, then reboxed, shrink wrapped and then sent off to the post office depots. This is 4 articulated lorry loads of leaflets. We think about 80 tonnes of paper. It's an awful lot of trees, it's an awful lot of truth. To give you an idea of the sheer scale of this operation, the leaflets behind me are for the southeast of England. We've got 3.8 million leaflets going out in the southeast alone, and that's from this pallet here right the way down to the end there. 32 pallets in all. Don't know if you can see someone moving around right down the bottom. He's at the end of the southeast leaflets alone.
Here we are in the British National Party's administrative hub. This is where the administrative processes take place on the political front for the party. And right now we're going through CVs that we've received. As you can see, there's several dozen CVs on accountancy, call centre staff, clerical, IT. The volume of these and the quality of these is quite remarkable, and this is part of the British National Party's expansion plans. We have 4 centres throughout the country now, this being the main administrative one. Obviously we have to recruit staff, and now we're recruiting staff of a very high calibre to take the party on to the next level.
Welcome to the British National Party's Publicity and Design Office. This is where the vast majority of the party's printed publicity is produced. It's designed here and it is also shipped out from here. We have a mailing centre in this room where we send out the regular party bulletins and publications. This is where we mail out the British Nationalist. This is where we mail out the Freedom and the Identity, and it's also where we mail out some of the quarterly appeals, which I'm sure you're all used to receiving now. This is where we've produced the party's Euro election address, and we're also right now in the process of producing our billboard advertisements and our newspaper advertisements.
Simon, we're running up to the Euro elections now. Obviously you're spending a lot of money. Just how is the financial position of the party these days?
Well, you're right, we are running up to an election. There's a massive amount of expenditure in contesting a European election, hundreds of thousands of pounds. In 2004 we spent so much money we were in trouble really for a whole year after that. But now with the new accounting system that we've got, the new ability to raise funds and the new backup that we've got for the Treasury, we're coping very well.
Now, what kind of sums of money are involved in this election campaign in 2009?
Frightening sums. Frightening is the word. I mean, we're looking at the election leaflets, hundreds of thousands of pounds just for the leaflets, a £29 million leaflet run. Hundreds of thousands, 50,000 for the deposits, all the other things that come with it, posters, supplementary leaflets, even diesel for people getting around. These are enormous figures. I've never seen such an enormous campaign in all my life. I can remember when the party used to run on a few £1,000s every month. The turnover now is in excess of £2 million a year. It's phenomenal. So you really are up with the big boys now. We know you're the new treasurer these days, but how can you possibly cope with such an upturn in the finances of the party? Well, I couldn't. As a traditional BNP treasurer, I would be in a grave by now and you'd be addressing a tombstone. Thankfully, we've got a chartered accountant and an accounts technician in the background who are doing the sums and the number crunching and taking a bit of the pressure off me. That's one of the privileges you get when you have growth. You can use the money to take some of the pressure off you. So my function now is not as a traditional BNP treasurer as we've known, but something well in advance of that.
Excellent. Thanks very much, Simon.
Thank you.
Here we are in the heart of England at the British National Party's Logistic and Distribution Centre with the manager, Alwyn Deacon. Alwyn, can you explain a wee bit of what you actually do here?
What we actually do here, this is set up to feed our other depots with their supplies that they need, stationery, leaflets, information packs, anything like that. So I act as a central distribution point to them, and also the branches round supply them with leaflets and literature, the BRFs.
So you're supplying all the new administration centres that the party's opened up across the country, and you supply the leaflets from here. How many leaflets in a month would you put out from here?
Well, in the month of April, we had a couple of million leaflets, EU leaflets, go out from here.
All from here?
All from here, and the British Jobs for British Workers as well.
Now, I notice behind you here a lot of mail sacks. Could you explain, what are these?
These mail sacks here are the information packs. They've already been made up ready for the call centre when they get phone calls from the leaflets for information packs. Then they've already made up, so they'll be sent straight out without delay.
And how many inquiries, this is from the general election leaflet, the European election leaflet, how many inquiries are you expecting to receive?
We're expecting in the region of well over 100,000.
And how many have you got here right now?
At the minute, we've got 20,000 there at the minute.
This is 20,000?
20,000 at the minute, yeah.
Now, are you going to have the whole 100,000?
No, they'll be split up between me and the other administration units around, because I couldn't cope to do them all.
It's certainly a big task, and I wish you
is,
all
yeah.
the very best with it, Alan.
Is.
These sacks you see here before you are just a part of the mammoth task we have leading up to the European election. There's 20,000 in these sacks here from a job that will probably generate 100,000 inquiries from the election. The sequence of events, when the leaflets go out through the doors, people will phone up the call centre or they will send the response forms back. We have a welcoming and explanatory letter from the party. We have a membership application form, a donation form on the reverse. We also have a reply envelope to a free post address to make it easy for people to contact us. We also have a large BNP poster for windows, and this is for the inside of the house just to keep people motivated. And finally we have the 12-page colour glossy brochure, Britain First. And this is a great introduction to the British National Party, and we expect to send out over 100,000 of these during the election campaign. Here we are in the British National Party's Administration Centre. Here we have a 4-pod desk system where we deal with IT, databasing. This is a very intense job. The amount of data that's coming in is quite incredible. We have 4 young, highly trained people dealing with this 5-6 days a week. They're getting through the work very well indeed. Coming on here, we have the General Administration pod, where there is again 4 young people, highly trained, very motivated, dealing with the everyday ins and outs of business and running an organisation the size of the British National Party now. They're doing a great job, they're on the ball, and I'm quite sure through the election these people are going to keep everything rolling and keeping things on track. Here we are at the British National Party Data Inputting Centre. Approximately expecting 15,000 pieces of paper coming in every week. That's got to be transferred from paper format into electronic format, where that then can be stored on the party's equipment, split into regions. This information then sent out to the regional organisers, and they then can contact these new potential members. As you see, we have 6 people here, full blast, 8 hours a day, all speed typists, minimum 60 words a minute, and even at that level, these people are flat out, and I'm quite sure that there's going to be at least 80,000 people put through this office in the next 4 weeks. Here we are at the British National Party's new call centre, customer care centre. Here we have 12 full-time staff dealing with, we estimate about 35,000 calls coming in over the election period. But we also deal with renewals, subscriptions, Voice of Freedom subscriptions, and a whole host of other things. Expensive operation they set up, probably cost in the region of £100,000. However, already we're bringing in £1,500 a day from this one centre. These people process the inquiries coming in. It goes then to the other location where the speed type is then put into the electronic format, and that's distributed throughout the party. It's a very worthwhile operation, very intense operation, and certainly certainly no other political party in the United Kingdom has anything like this, and it's going very, very well. Here we are at the British National Party's direct mail facility. From here the party generates its fundraising literature, and obviously in times of election it's political literature. As you can see, it's a very modern plant, and from here we can generate over 200,000 letters per month. There's certainly no other political party in Britain, and probably Europe, get anything like this or anything on the same scale as this. Very modern, very up to date, very efficient.
Don't forget, on June the 4th you can vote British National Party wherever you live. We're standing candidates in every part of the country, including your area. So don't waste your vote on June the 4th. Vote British National Party to get our country back.